Of course, all of America is watching Southern California go up in flames, historic wildfires taking lives, destroying property. Harrison County Fire Chief Pat Sullivan is here to talk about the heroic firefighters battling the blazes. Chief, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Of course, there's a big difference between the piney woods of South Mississippi and the canyons of California. Right. But as you've been watching this incredible story, what's kind of your takeaway?
You know, the first thing is what the firefighters are facing. It's an impossible task. When you have 70-mile-an-hour winds pushing the fires the way that it's pushing them, the BTUs, the heat that's being pushed out of that, it's almost impossible to stop that.
And I want to go with those winds because I have been in the woods in Harrison County with you during a wildfire, and you've talked about winds even under those conditions. But 90-mile-per-hour Santa Ana winds, how does that challenge the mission?
Well, number one, you have to protect yourselves and your equipment. And you have to be strategic about where you're going to place this. And you have to have a thought of the fire is here right now, but where's it going to be in 5 minutes from now? How fast is it traveling? What kind of vegetation or structures is it going to be involved in? So it's a constant moving thing. It's not still. It's not standing still. It's moving. It's a living, breathing entity that you're fighting. And you know, having the right number of people, having the equipment, the water was an issue out there. The water systems were an issue, and it would be anywhere. We recently, or 2 years ago, we were in Louisiana fighting the same kind of situations where we were tasked with huge amounts of fire and limited water, and it's a task.
What's it like on these firefighters who have been working 18-hour days, day after day, winning a battle here, losing a battle there, just kind of the mental and physical toll? What do you imagine that's like?
Oh, it takes a toll. There's no question. When you're in the fight and the adrenaline is going, it's great. You're able to muster up all the energy you need to do it. It's after you've done this, and then you get into the overhaul phase, and you're trying to hit a spot here and hit a spot there, and you haven't had the sleep and probably hadn't had the food and water that you need. It is a taxing thing on people, on the firefighters. You know, the big thing right now is we need to warn people in these kind of situations when the fire departments and firefighters say, get out because this is a very dangerous situation. That's what we mean. And in this case where you're missing, I think the count is maybe 26 now. Mm-hmm. You know, it's terrible that those folks did not evacuate for whatever reason or
just kind of like a hurricane down here on the coast. Now, California has kind of been criticized by some for not doing controlled or prescribed burns. The Mississippi Forestry Commission doesn't. In terms of forest management, why is that important?
Well, anytime that you have and especially down here, like after hurricanes, when we have trees down and brush down and all the things that are down, and if they sit there for years and nothing's done about it, it just builds up fire. It builds up the ability for that to burn and make the fire hotter, to make the fire worse. And so controlling the vegetation, controlling the fire load, if you will, how much can burn, is very, very important.
All righty. Harrison County Fire Chief Pat Sullivan, thanks so much for being with us, Pat. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.